Came from an ice cream truck like 6 blocks before. So I went to college. Anybody here go to college? Anybody go to San Diego State University? Home of the herpes. You know. I went to San Diego State for 6 years. The only thing I learned about was gonorrhea. And I met some guys in fraternity and I learned what a roofie is. College was a lot better for me than high school. In high school I had my very first girlfriend. I remember that. She broke up with me because I was really, like, super into football. And she was really into sleeping with all my friends. Ouch. I dated her for about a year. She dated me for about a month. I just never knew it was over. But my dad's pretty proud of me for going to college. And the funny thing about my dad is he's from the Middle East. He's one of those guys that comes over here and changes his name like he's going to blend in. Even though, yeah, thanks. That's awesome. But anyways, he moves to Birmingham, Alabama, like the most racist place in the world. And the name that he picks is Mo. It's like he just got off the boat when he got here and then he watched Three Stooges and just picked one. And my dad's really blunt because he's from the Middle East. Whenever I ask him a question, he just tells me the straight out answer without any regard for feelings at all. I remember when I was a little kid, I was like, "Hey Dad, when did you know you wanted to be my brothers?" And he looks at me and he's like, I didn't. I never knew. I don't want you now. Then he starts to tell me all these things that I didn't even ask. He's like, "By the way, you need to lose some weight." I mean, you might want to think about changing your name. I'm like, "Why? I like being Persian." He's like, "No, that's not a Bijan's girl's name." I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was drinking a lot back then. When you were born, you know, you were kind of fat and it was cold. We got confused." But I do love my dad a lot, so I try to make him happy. So I tried to lose weight recently, and it's hard for me to diet, so I tried to do everything else but diet. And I looked up things online, and I looked up a colonic. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Yeah, you know what it is. It's basically an enema. You go to the doctors, and there's a hose strapped up to a big machine, and they put it in your back end, and they flush you out with water. And it costs like $100. The whole time I'm thinking, like, why would someone pay $100 for that? All you need is a garden hose and a good friend. They can keep a secret. It's stupid to pay for those, but I actually did it one time. I went to the doctor's and I got one, and I go in there, and it's this little girl working there. And she's like, "Hey, are you here for the colonic?" I'm like, "Do you serve beer here? Is there something else that I can do?" Burgers and colonics. So I go in the room, and she's like, "Put this robe on, and then lie sideways on the table with your bottom facing the door." So I put the robe on, and it's like a toilet seat cover. It just covers my nipples. And I'm naked, and all I could think of was, I should have shaved. I should have skipped breakfast. And it is cold in here, my dad was right. So I try to position myself for her. So I'm like, and I'm trying to get comfortable, and then I can hear her come in. And I can't look back because I'll fall off the table. But I can sense her, and she's got the hose in her hand like it's a harpoon, and she's sneaking up on me like I'm a grizzly bear. "Hey there, big fella." And she's asking me all these questions that are just not appropriate. She's like, "So, do you have a girlfriend?" And I'm trying to answer, and I'm like, "You cannot be interested from this angle." She keeps asking me all these questions to try to keep me comfortable. She's like, oh, do you have a job? And then right when I start answering, she just goes for it. Just, how does that feel? She actually asked me how it felt. Oh, like I got raped by Shaq, let me go. I couldn't believe she was trying to make small talk with me while she was doing me from behind. But the thing about small talk is I hate small talk no matter what the situation is, because small talk is only used when you're trying not to feel awkward and when you're with someone you don't know. Like when you're at work and you walk by someone, you say, hey, what's up? They answer it with another question. They never answer. They're like, oh, hey, I'm doing good. So I want to find a way to try to end small talk every time someone proceeds to talk to me, especially like when I'm in the bathroom at work or something and I'm peeing. Someone comes up next to me like, hey, how you doing? Next time I'm just going to answer them. Oh, pretty good, except there's fucking rash. Is this normal? Check this out. I'd say the same thing about talking shit, but I actually talk a lot of shit myself to all my friends, and I know all guys do it to each other, but the difference between girls and guys is that guys will talk shit straight to their friends' faces about anything, regardless of if it makes sense or not. You can be playing video games, one of your friends walks in who's got a haircut, and you'll make fun of the haircut just because. Oh, Brad Pitt! You would cut your hair, fag! Fucking queers cut hair! But girls are totally different. Girls, you'll talk shit about another girl that's walking by in a slutty shirt. Oh my gosh, what a whore. And the second she comes up, you'll compliment what you were just talking shit about. I love your shirt! Where'd you get it? Then when she walks away again, fucking bitch. I've been seeing a lot of commercials lately for pills. Depression pills, you're hungry, take a pill, you're full, take a pill, you can't get an erection, take a pill. And then I noticed how funny the commercials are, like the depression commercials at the very end, they'll name off all of the side effects. Anorexia, bulimia, headaches, congestion, nasal congestion, explosive diarrhea, vomiting uncontrolled, can't make friends, cancer. Shit! Never taken those. And then I see the Viagra commercials. They're like, call your physician if you have an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. 4 hours? If I have an erection for 4 minutes and I didn't do anything to it, then I'm going to go to the hospital. Can't imagine walking around with a boner less than 4 hours and telling everyone it's okay, like at the gym. Oh, keep doing lunges, this is normal, it's only been 3.5 hours. Alright guys, that's my time, thanks a lot.